In this first look video, we are going to be checking out a plugin called Cool FormKit for Elementor Forms. Before we do that, allow me to quickly do a bit of housekeeping on what first look videos from InfluenceWP are. These cover solutions that we have no prior experience with. These show vendors how new users experience their solutions. These provide new users with initial setup tips and best practices. These videos are unedited. We hit record and publish what's recorded. These videos are not official tutorials, though there may be tutorial aspects. These videos contain no affiliate links, nor does our website. These videos are not sponsored. We are not paid to create these videos. If you would like videos like this created for your business and solutions, we make it super easy and free as part of our lifetime partner memberships. Just go to influencewp.com/partners. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Let's first look at the website here, and then we'll get into the back into WordPress and check this out. Okay, so again, this is a Cool FormKit for Elementor Forms. And what I like to do normally is just run through the website and just see if there's anything that stands out, check out, see if we can see who the team is, how we get in touch with them, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and just roll down through here. So we got the typical with the features. We'll skip through all that because we're going to look at this firsthand. And we've got some reviews here, some ratings on Trustpilot, some pricing. We can go ahead and talk about the pricing real quick. So it looks like we've got an entry level right now, current price, and they provide InfluenceWP, as a partner, they provide an exclusive deal to the InfluenceWP community. So if you want to check out that deal, but straight from their website, we see a current entry level price of $29. And then it just kind of goes up from there when you add websites and switch to lifetime. Okay, we've got an about page, so we're going to check that out, and we're going to see how we can contact them. Check out the documentation real quick and support. They have an affiliate program if that's something you're interested in, and I think that's good. So let's go ahead and check this out. I like to buy from people, so like, when you see an about page, it's got team members and stuff like that. And it's just, it really just adds a nice touch. So we see that they are doing that quite well. Satinder is the gentleman that I've spoken to a few times, and very nice individual. I assume the rest of the team is as well. And so we got a pretty big team there, and they look like they're all friendly folks. Let's check out the contact page. So they've got lots of ways to get in touch with them. Let's check out their docs. Looks like we got a bit of an issue on the docs page. I'll mention that to them. Let's try to go to this link. Okay, there we go. So it looks like maybe just for this particular plugin, we've got a link issue. Or maybe there's just no docs yet published for this particular plugin. So I'll bring that up to them. Oh, here we go. Maybe it's further down here. There we go. Okay, so it looks like it's just a broken link on that doc maybe. So let's try one of these. Yeah. I'll bring that up with the team. And yeah, okay, let's go ahead and dive in and see what this is all about. I'm going to leave this up on my screen just in case we need it. Pull this over to my other screen. Okay, so I've got pretty much a clean website here. Before I hit record, I installed Elementor and Elementor Pro. We're going to need Elementor Pro for this because this plugin we are highlighting in this video plays off of Elementor Pro. So we need Pro in there to get to those forms. All right. So we're going to install this plugin together just in case, we see something that we need to address during the onboarding or whatever. So let's go ahead and just do this together. Okay, so we've got that in place. Activate your license key. I can do that if we need to, but we're just going to roll on and see if we need to do that. So when you're setting up anything that has what you're seeing on my screen here, which is like lots of toggles, lots of features, my typical recommendation is just to disable everything. So it looks like a quick toggle to the right and back to the left will get rid of all of those. And that way you're only loading the elements that you want to use, that you know you're going to use. Don't come in here and just enable all of them. Okay. Because at the end of the day, this is code and it's going to load some stuff that you're probably not going to use. And also, it's just one more thing to clutter up. What I'm assuming is would clutter up the area once we get into the forms and whatnot. So only toggle on what you're going to use right away. All right. So let's go ahead and save those changes and just poke around here a bit. Again, this is the very first time I'm seeing this, so I'm not really sure what's in here. Contact support, got a video tutorial. Follow them on social media. Let's go to settings. Auto detect country code, and we use, I've never heard of this, ipapi.co to auto detect country code in the telephone field for using IP address. Okay, so it's going to take your IP address and it's automatically going to detect the country code. And it offers 1,000 free IP lookups per day. So that's very generous. No API keys are needed. Okay, that's cool. Number of conditional emails. Set the number of conditional emails for the Elementor form. I'm not really sure what that means. Number of conditional redirections. Set the number of conditional redirects. I'm not sure what that means either. CDN image in case flags appear blurry, enable the option to load flag images directly from the CDN. That's typically what I would do anyway. Maybe the juice isn't worth the squeeze on doing that, but try to get as many of those performance improvements as you can. But we'll just roll with the defaults here. And then last up here, we've got license. Up here at the top, we've got a docs link. Let's see if this one works. Nope. Let's see if the demos work. Okay, so that brings you over here. Not sure where the demos are. Let's do demo. Okay, so I'd have to poke around there and figure out where the demos are. Maybe it's under the documentation. Not really sure. Okay, let's see what this is. So I'm going to go over, and the first thing I would think to do is pull up the page, edit it with Elementor, and get a form on there and just see what it gives us. Yeah, if you bear with me 1 second here, I am going to toggle this over to dark mode, which is just easier on the eyes for me. Let's see. I never used this this Elementor top bar. That's just another personal preference of mine. So I'm having trouble figuring out where let's just do this. Let's go into Elementor settings. And we're just going to turn that off really quick. Edit with the top bar. We're going to turn that off and save changes. Refresh. Just old habits die hard. I'm just so used to the other way that I just never got around to adopting the other. So let's go get our preferences set here. There we go. Jeez. Okay, dark mode is enabled for our little side panel there. Okay, now let's go add a form. So let's pull up the forms widget. There we go. Again, this is only available if you have Elementor Pro. So we're going to edit our form, and we should see something in here that relates to this plugin once we enable. We have to enable something within our plugin that we just added. So let's go find that. Cool FormKit. Here we go. So remember, we turned everything off, so we're going to need to turn something back on. So let's try a calculator field. And let's try a signature field. So a calculator and signature. Let's refresh this page. All right, so now under here, once we do an add item under our available fields, we should see a calculator Guessing it's towards the bottom. Yep, there we go. So we have the calculator and then the signature. So the last two that we added, they append to the bottom of this list of available options. We're going to add the calculator field. And what does this give us? Type is calculator, obviously. We could add a label, calculation formula. Enter the calculation formula using field IDs. Okay. And then enabling a number format. And then we can do some before text. We've got decimal separators, thousand separators, decimal count, and so on and so forth. So it looks like enter the calculation formula using the field IDs. Okay, so I'm guessing we need to add another field. Let's do a number. And let's say this is number 1. Okay. And let's do another one. So I'm just going to clone that field and let's call that number 2. And then once you've added those under this advanced tab, you're going to see an ID. Okay. So we're just going to copy. I'm assuming this is what we need to do. So let's see if we can give this. Let's give this a shorter ID. Let's give this. Probably wouldn't want to give it that. Let's do IWP 2 for this one. And let's do IWP 1 for this one. Okay. So now we're going to drop down to our calculation field. We'll move that below these other two fields. And we're going to we'll just call this calc or calculator. Now we're going to calculate the formula of our 2 field IDs. Or does it want the short codes? I think it wants the short codes. Yeah, I don't think it's the ID. So let's do this. So let's do this. And we'll do plus the second field. Okay, so this calculation is going to take whatever the user enters into the number 1 field and the number 2 field. And this calc field is going to output that. We see that it's currently 0. So if I was to put a number in here and then a number in there, okay, maybe that's just a placeholder. So we need to do this on the front end. All right, so let's update this. Let's go to the front end. Let me do this. Let me duplicate this tab. I got out of the admin. It's one of the fun things about Elementor is you can get kind of lost outside of the admin area of WordPress. All right, so let's go to the front end of our website. Here we go. So now if we put a 1 in here and a 1 in here, that's not working. So how does that work? So let's go back to our fields. So it's enter the calculation formula. It says right there. That's my fault. Field IDs, using the field IDs. So let's do this. I was right the first time. Okay, so we're going to do field ID 1 plus field ID 2. All right, let's try that out. Okay, put a 1 in here and a 1 in there. We go. So that's working. That's cool. So now when that calculation could help the person filling in the form. You could do like stuff with rental properties, anything your heart desires as far as calculating anything. And then obviously you, the website owner or whoever is going to receive that form on the other end, he's going to get that calculation. Okay, so let's go back here to our form. Let's add a signature field. And we'll just call this sig. And what are we going to do here? We've got a button text color. Let's just roll with the defaults and see what this gives us. But you can style the button, whether it's the text, the color of the text, the background color, button background color, the background color of the entire field. And we could adjust the pen width and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and just check this out and see what we've got. Just trying to find my. So I added that field. So I feel like Elementor should have prompted me. There we go. I may have just missed it. Okay, so we've got that updated. Let's check it out on the front end. IWP. Let's try some. That's cool. This is cool. All right, that is super cool. How that comes out on the other end, you just have to test and find out, but that is really, really cool. All right, so let's go back over here and we'll take a peek at what's available and we'll get you out of here. So conditional logic. So if you haven't used that at all, that's super powerful stuff. So like if they fill this field in, let's do something else with another field, that sort of thing. Conditional logic for the submit button, image radio. So I'm guessing what that is you'll have a selection of images to pick from. A select to, so like think of that as like a drop-down list, and you can select multiple, one or multiple selections there. Restrict date, redirect conditionally after submit. That's really cool. So you could take your users and customers to another page after they submit the form based on different conditions. That's really cool. Take them down another sales funnel or an onboarding wizard or onboarding journey, like customer journey, user journey. Range slider, that's really cool. Rating field, a radio and checkbox styler, so you can add more styling to the radio and checkboxes. What you see is what you get editor, so WYSIWYG editor, that's cool. Conditional email after submit. So based on different conditions, like say if you have like rental properties, you could send an email to like maintenance, a maintenance staff for the property, and then send a CC the property owner, and then, and so on and so forth. Country code for telephone field, signature field we looked at, label styler. So sounds like you can actually style the labels on the fields, and confirm dialog box. That's cool. I can say for sure that I support another community that's heavy into Elementor and use Elementor a lot. So this is definitely something that will be used for sure. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, influencewp.com/partners if you want videos like this or other types of videos created for your business and your solutions. It's absolutely free. Check us out. All right, catch you in the next video.